And it's live, Visionaries Unlimited
Here we
today.
are.
There you go. So, do you reassess your business model and strategy regularly? Maybe not every week, not every month, but at least twice a year, every 6 months, every quarter, maybe. How about that? So, today we're coming with this topic. It is a little bit something that it's very present for us, of course, as we like to go live about things that are alive for us. And I do see these as a beautiful moment to cherish on what you've done, on what you realize, on what you made happen, and as a cathartic moment of letting go of what's not serving you anymore. And in business, super needed. So that's the question. I mean, I don't want it to be a rhetorical question, but it should be a sound yes, a sound and loud yes, right? As an answer to the question itself. Do you regularly reassess, step back, pause, look at how things have been going, and put them back in order for the sake of moving forward with renewed clarity, renewed energy, renewed vision? This is what we are going into. What is it sparking as a thought to you, Maria, and to you all, my dear visionaries?
I think it makes a lot of sense that, especially for those of us who like to see ourselves as conscious people, conscious entrepreneurs, and professionals, being conscious requires awareness, and awareness requires some time and some energy into observing something. So to me, I think without creating any kind of stress in a business person's life, like twice per year sounds wonderful, especially because a human life is kind of built around years, and every half of things is also like a perfect moment for a transition in a way. And while you were speaking, what it came to me that it sounds wise, at least, that, for example, the last 15 days of June and the last 15 days of December, you are focused not so much on the action, but in the reassessment of your business and everything related to your business. The business model, any strategies relating to marketing and sales, the platforms that you are using, the people who are working with you, whether you need more or you need less, and like properly make use of the three aspects of that exist in creation, at least from one very, I would say, thorough perspective, which is creation, maintenance, and destruction. That you take these 15 days in particular to see anything very clearly that needs to be created that was not created before, everything that needs to be maintained and kept and nurtured that is already working and that you are aligned to it, and everything there that needs to be destroyed, and that you have the courage to do any of these three things. And if you really take the time to observe these things and to sit with them and reassess your business, wow, I think that a great transformation can happen and growth to you, but in a sustainable way. Actually, it's not a matter for growing for the sake of growing, is that you grow with your business sustainably and that you keep on being aligned with it and aligned with the universe as well. And I believe that when you sit and are fully open to receive what is working, what is not working, what could be improved, then this information will come to you one way or another. And if you're just brave to take these actions, there can be a massive change in your life. And I would suggest the same for any relationship for anyone. I'm not in a personal relationship right now, but when I am, that's something that for sure I will suggest, like a reassessment of our relationship every 6 months, because I am not a person who is into continuing doing lives for the sake of maintaining them. I am a person of doing things for the sake that they make sense for me and everyone who is involved in them. So, and of course, me and my vision and everything that has to be with it. To me, it's really like the idea of alignment really comes from mastering the creation, maintenance, and destruction in a way.
Yeah, letting go and opening the space for new possibilities to come in. That's absolutely something which requires a level of mastery, a level of intention. Because what we do very often in our lives is to get attached to things, to processes, to things that become familiar anyways. So
And
as they
people.
become familiar, we don't want, people, like, it can be people, it can be businesses, it can be
Yeah, yeah, anything.
habits,
Anything.
anything that, that we get in touch with can become familiar and therefore difficult to be let go of.
Mhm.
And so when it comes to reassessing every 6 months, I do feel that it's it is obvious. So it's coming to me as obvious, and I have heard that from so many, though nobody really does that. Nobody really sits with that intention, taking that action, patiently reassessing every single piece, patiently allowing him or herself themselves to have a look at each and every piece of the business or the relationship, if you want. And that's that it feels like a pity, something so powerful. It is the cycle of creation, as you named. There's creation, maintenance, and destruction. The cycle, the life cycle of the universe vibration
Existence. Yeah.
itself. Is AUM. It's like, this is how it is, and this is how things work anyway. So eventually, what would be for you the part, and this is a question to everyone, to myself included, what is for you the phase of the three that you're the most attracted by, that comes the easiest to you? Creating, maintaining, destroying, letting go? What is the one that you do more naturally? And I also feel the call to actually specify. It might be that in relationship it is much more easy. It's much easier to you to let go rather than to create a new one, or to maintain actually one. You might be in the cycle of letting go of one to enter in a new one, not really maintaining, therefore letting go and getting into a new one. And there's this cycle, and there's no maintenance in between. There's not the cultivation of the relationship. Uh, that doesn't mean that in business you do the same. In business, you might um, never let go of it. You might be stuck into maintenance, attached to it, and to its maintenance, dragging it around, and maybe it's not time for that business anymore, or for that idea yet. So you see, it's not necessarily that you are in the same approach when it concerns to these three aspects, phases, that you're using the same approach with everything, with every area of your life. As a visionary, it's very important to understand it. Like it comes to lifestyle, it comes to making an impact. There are things that were attractive at the beginning, and they might be not attractive right now, but you don't want to tell yourself that truth, because it's like, yeah, but then does the vision itself still make sense? You need to face that answer eventually, and pivot and arrange and work it out. And by the way, every answer to those questions is perfectly fine. It's your business, it's your vision, it's your creation. So yeah, there are these aspects. So that question, and Maria, if you like to answer it, what is that you are the most attracted to in terms of like these three phases, and is it different in different areas of your life?
I think the ones, for example, that I find myself more connected to are the creator and destroyer. Although I'm very good at maintaining things that make sense to me, like really good at nurturing, but there needs to be the basis that this is making sense. For me, that's kind of vital. If it makes sense, I'm the greatest at nurturing things. The moment that things don't make sense, I really need to sit down, because I may have a tendency to destroy, which is wonderful, because even when emotionally I'm attached to things or people or situation or whatever, there is like a higher intelligence that comes to me and says, it's not making sense anymore. And it's not how much you want it to make sense, it's not making sense anymore. And when this message comes over and over again, it's like so clear to me. There's just the time. And I have gotten myself very good at destroying things at the right time. From my own perspective, from my own most conscious perspective. Not easy, by the way, and not that I feel comfortable about it or that my whole self is with it, but I can see. And I think it's also important to look at your patterns from the past, that some of them probably you have evolved since you are an entrepreneur, or since your second business, you see that you have improved in some patterns of quit, for example, strategies that don't bring immediate results. It's also, I think, very wise to set the most reasonable amount of time for a strategy to work and let it be. Not because after 2 months you see that it's not working, you stop. Like, let it be, and don't let your inner patterns get into the way of your business. When you made that decision, the most reasonable thing to do was to wait for 3 or 6 months for that strategy to work. Like, to hold yourself from your own personal patterns to get into your business when you made a very conscious decision and you took the time to take it and you thought it was the best and this and that, that the moment that you don't see the result that you expect, you immediately change. Like, be aware of your own patterns.
Yes, this is a little bit why I would say to make sure that you know when you will be reassessing. You need to know when you will be reassessing, because if you don't know it anyways, your mind doesn't have that sort of safety net of, I haven't fell into the safety net yet, so it will still be trying to change things along the way and afraid to fall on the floor, not knowing that there is a safety net. But scheduling that actual reassessment every 6 months is the safety net itself. So now, as we're on time, there is another question that was right about what you shared, Maria, and it is in the different phases. So phase of creation, phase of maintenance, phase of destruction. what is holding you back from one of the from from the phase or phases you're not as attracted by? Because as there's need for balance, as there's need of all of them, there's something that stops you from staying in one of them, or there's actually something that pushes you or into the exertion of one of the three phases, one of the three energies and approaches, whether you create too much and there's too much on your plate, or whether you over maintain, or you let go of everything after you
Yeah.
create it. Okay, cool, done. Let's let it go. And so those patterns, those, what is holding you back from one of the phases, from honing into creation, honing into cultivation, honing into letting go, or what is triggering you into the different phases? And this is a good question in case you notice there's not a flow and balance in between the three. But I would actually like to leave you with this question. And I need to leave you with this question because then you have all the space of the world to answer it, to get your subconscious brain going into it. And because Visionaries Unlimited is on time today, 15 minutes in, and Maria will close it.
Yes, I would just say that from my perspective, you will have a natural tendency to one of these three more accentuated than to the others, or at least to two. Like we said in that moment for the creator, the mover, and the connector. I also see the same here. Just realize in which ones there is a great excess or default of any of these aspects of existence or creation, because it's normal that you have some natural tendency towards one of them. Just realize which ones they are completely out of balance in your life with regard to your business, and that would be a huge self-realization to you, and your relation to your business will definitely improve.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. So, dear Visionaries Unlimited, stay visionary today. Hone into this knowledge. It's very powerful. Schedule your reassessments quarterly, semesterly, and have fun with your business,
Yes,
creating, maintaining, and letting go. Ayrton and Maria here. We
we
love
love
you.
you.